Oi, boys, welcome to another episode in our multi-year career mode playthrough, back with the Titans here in year 2. We are in round 8 of the regular season and we've got a little bit of a ladder update. I think every 4 rounds or so we'll take a look at our progression through the regular season, and as you can see, as of round 8 we're sitting at 8th in the league. Not too shabby if you ask me. We still have a positive win-loss ratio, 4 wins and 3 losses to start the season. So for round 8, we are back at home and we're taking on yet another powerhouse in the league, and that is the South Sydney Rabbitohs, who are also the champions in this little save we got going, this little timeline. As always, before I forget, shout out to the gang. If you're watching this right now, be sure to show yourselves in the comments section down below with the hashtag OddSquad, or quite simply some clashing swords. You know the vibes, boys. As for our squad for round 8, it remains the same. I was looking at the Rabbitohs lineup as they're riding out, and I actually forgot who I did sign for them, and I gotta say, I didn't see many new faces. I think for the most part I focused on player retention rather than player recruitment. Coming into round 8, morale and confidence is at an all-time high after that big dub against the Roosters just last week. Can we back that up with a win against the current champions? I mean, our former team that we coached in the previous season, I'm feeling pretty confident. We're pretty much full strength. I'm not really looking to make too many changes unless we're forced to, as Tanner Boyd comes up with an interception, one of the stars in the previous week. As we get Brimo some early ball, gets an offload away to Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. Also, just not long ago, the Origin teams got announced. New South Wales yesterday, Queensland earlier today. I think I may do a separate commentary roving around the Origin teams and just give my thoughts as we look to score the first points here, shifting it out wide. Look at that. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui with the first try of the match. Tanner Boyd with the try assist. Plenty of involvement from Tanner Boyd early, not just out of dummy half, but he was second receiver in that one. Little try assist. Tino just cannonballed his way through the line. Well, we definitely came to play, especially here at home. Trying to stick it to the current champions. Cam Shepherd takes the tackle. It's on the first. They spread it out to Liam Knight, bumps off Tanner, and he's wrapped up around the 40. Again, more sloppiness from the Rabbitohs. This time coming up with an error, or a penalty rather. Not sure what exactly happened, but we'll take it. Futueka looking to get the pass away to Fogarty. We didn't draw in the defender, and Fogarty takes the tackle as Tino Fa'asuamaleaui takes it to the line. Can't get the ball away to Peachy, who was sitting on his left shoulder. Fafita, first receiver, he gets it out to Peachy. Third, Fogarty out to Kevin Proctor. Proctor to Brian Kelly, and it's the Don looking to crash his way over for some drop down cheese. Brian Kelly did well to draw in Mansour, but Dan Gagai drifted with the ball. As you can see here, we do actually hit that. So that's probably the first time we've done this in what, 2 series now, 2 or 3 series. The old drop down cheese, we always see it from the AI, but very rarely do we see it from ourselves. As Ash Taylor gets us out to a 12-point lead. That's an interesting one. These South Sydney Rabbitohs not really performing to the level you'd expect from the current reigning champions. As Jai Arrow makes a little bit of post-contact meters, he gets wrapped up on our 40. They continue down the short side. It's actually a switch play, and Cody Walker will get pulled down just inside the 30. Apparently there was a touch. It must have been when they threw the ball back to the middle. The Bunnies with the full set on our 10. There's so many defenders bunched up around the ruck, and it opens up in the middle for Cameron Murray as the Rabbitohs finally score some points here. I mean, it's only been 30 minutes, but Anna Reynolds will close the gap to 6. We haven't really we haven't really made that much meters through the middle or anything like that. We've just capitalized off errors from the bunnies. Hopefully we can cause another here. As they get it out to Jai Arrow, who's had plenty of touches in the first half. To Tola, and there it is. Tanner Boyd rushing up. I think we may have got a hand to that. Boyd quick off the mark, trying to get our bodies in front of the ball carriers. And look at that ball to Fotuaika. We are wrapped up around the 10-second tackle as we come down the short side through for Feeder. It's been well contained so far. They line up to the right here. Taylor links off Fogarty. Fogarty gets it out to Brimson. And Brimson, another one that's been well contained, unable to step around defenders as we shift it to the left. For Feeder, unable to get that one away to Stags. Fifth and last. This cheeky little setup right here. Taylor made for a rubber kick, and we almost stuffed it up there. We almost kicked it into our own player. Would have been a penalty, but thankfully it wasn't. I mean, it came together in the end. As ugly as it looked, AJ Brimson will score our third try of the match off the back of a Ash Taylor kick, and we will extend our lead back to 12. Not a bad run off the kickoff. The second half will be started off by us as Ash Taylor looks to draw in one, get Fafita through the gap, but Fafita again well contained. The first initial defender wrapping him up. As we swing it wide to Taylor, links off Fogarty and Brimson. Man, the bunnies are actually defending decently, but they've really just let themselves down. 3 turnovers in that first half inside their own 40. And we've just capitalized off that as Fogarty nails a 40-20. Nice little snipe downfield. Lisone to Esse runs into the great wall of Burgess. So we come down the short side. Bruh, Fafita. We need our boy to wind up. We continue down the short side. We can't get the pass away. That would have been a clean little try for Thompson in the corner. But we'll swing it back to the middle here. Philip Summy. Again, the pass doesn't get thrown. Tried putting Boyd through that one. As we continue down the right, look at that wide ball. Out to Don. Back inside to Kelly. Kelly takes the tackle. Fogarty practically hugging the paint. It's primed for a crossfield as we do send it across, and it's Philip Summy on the receiving end of a perler of a kick from Jamal Fogarty. It's been a minute since we've scored off one of those cheeky little crossfield kicks. Who would have thought? We're almost 60 minutes into the match. We've got a 18-point lead on the champs here. South Sydney Rabbitohs just haven't showed up for Feeder. It's a nice little drawing pass from Ash Taylor. As we go back to Taylor, out to Tavita Pangai Jr. That's a beautiful ball back to Lisone. Forwards, loving the little passes between the forwards. So we get it back to Taylor, looking for a flat ball for Stags, but there is no gap to be exploited. As we send it back through the middle, look at that. Sami to Esse, back to Sami. Fifth and last. It's been a pretty, more than a decent set, it's been a great set actually. Decent little plays throughout as Stags dies off the ball on the last. Full time. We come out of round 8 recording our biggest win of the season. Not just numerically, but it was against the Premiers, baby. I mean, it was just one of those days where everything went our way. The Bunnies, on the other hand, everything that could go wrong went wrong. As we take a look at the full-time stats here, Ash Taylor will pick up man of the match as always. If you enjoyed that, I would like to see more Rugby League Live 4 content or more content in general. Be sure to run and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you. Later.
Logan to the grave, them boys still know my name. It's that boy from the big bag gang, get a big bag, grrr, they wanna get pain. Say they wanna show them, put me on stage. One condition, I'm rocking with Jay, and the whole damn gang gotta get real lit. Got a Marley splits to keep them more fit. Yeah, we on go, but they who with it? Come to your block, get spun like fidget. Run that bag, tryna get my digits. Don't wish